Welcome, welcome. Today we're gonna do some adductor work. So I've been doing a lot of running lately and the adductors are feeling it. So this is gonna be my rehab, prehab protocol. This would be great for later stage rehab stuff, maybe not early stage stuff. I would decrease the intensity for sure. But if you're looking to increase the strength of the adductors and you feel that's a weakness, for example, in your squat, or you want to approach that middle split archetype, this is the way to go. We need minimal equipment. In fact, all I have are a couple plates on either side so that we can elevate into our passive range. We're gonna start with doing some adductor pails and rails after some passive range holds or some passive stretching. And the reason for these is I want to find a height. So we're going to approach this from a quadruped stance. And what I want is I want something that isn't going to move where I can get beyond my active range. So if my active range is there, I can't get above onto the plate. So this is the height that I want ideally. Now, just be careful when you're setting up in this that you're not rotating away and using more than just abduction, that you're actually using rotation to get that height. This is what I want you to be aware of. So if this is my active range, I'm going to get set up here. And now I'm going to try and flatten out and level out my pelvis until I feel a stretch in my adductor here. And I'm reaching down towards the ground. We're going to put 2 minutes on the clock. And this is what I'm looking for. If the stretch starts to dissipate, I'm just going to think about rotating I've got my left leg up here. I'm going to think about rotating the left side of my pelvis down to the ground to increase or enhance the stretch this way. And I'm just going to try and stay with that stretch for the entire duration of the 2 minutes. You can make little micro adjustments here to see where do I feel the greatest stretch? Where do I feel the path of most resistance? And try not to let that stretch dissipate. If it does, I just rotate a little deeper to try and lengthen the adductor here. We want to hold that stretch for the entire 2 minutes. And the other thing that we can do here is focus on our breathing. So nice deep inhales, nice long gentle exhales. See if we can teach the body that it's safe and it can relax in this position. After the 2 minutes, which we're already past a minute now, after the 2 minutes, we're going to do 2 contractions. The tissue that's lengthened, we're going to try and contract that tissue to press the foot into the implement harder. And then the other one, we're going to try and contract the opposite side, the top side or the outside of the hip, to try and lift the foot. Now, because you're beyond your active range, I'm into my passive range, you won't see any movement. If you can lift the foot off, that means you're either not in your passive range or you're cheating the movement and you're using things other than your abductors to get height in that contraction. So just pay attention to those things. But yeah, here we go. We're almost at 2 minutes. So nice deep breath in. That stretch starting to cramp up here actually nicely. So that's good. Nice deep breath in. Nice long exhale. Hold a little bit of tension in the abdominals. Now try and isolate to just using this tissue here. And let's start to press that foot into the implement, just 10%. Now 20, now 30, 40%, hold here, 5, 4, 3, 2, ramp down, use the outside or the top side of the hip in this position and try and lift, squeeze, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, deep breath, and press, 25 this time, 50, 75, hard push, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, opposite, lift, squeeze, try and get that foot off. It's not going anywhere, but intention is there. 3, 2, 1, relax. And last one, if you're safe and pain-free, try and push as hard as you can. Ready? Start to ramp up slowly, 25, now 50, now 75. Push as hard as you can for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch and lift, squeeze. See if you can get a cramp going. Bonus points for cramps. Reach the left side of the pelvis towards the ground. Continue to squeeze the outside or top side of the hip. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly. Slowly come out of that position. That feels nasty. Definitely getting some nice cramping, even during that passive hold on the abductors, the hip abductors. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So be mindful of the setup. It's really important. The details matter. Again, I'm trying to flatten out my pelvis. Try not to be in this hiked up pelvis position here. And then if I try and lift, I know that I can't get quite that high using my own abductors. So I'm going to place the foot and then again tilt my pelvis down to feel a nice stretch in the adductors. And we got 2 minutes on the clock in this position. It's already starting to cramp up here where the abductors are starting to shorten up. So that's how I know I'm in a good position. And I definitely feel the nice stretch in this way. And I continue to rotate this side of my pelvis down to the ground to maintain that stretch on this side. Beautiful. And now we're just gonna hang out here, breathe, stay present, stay in the moment, stay with that stretch. If your mind starts to wander, just pay attention to what is the thought, what's the emotion, set that aside, because there's nothing you can do about that right now other than stay present and stay with the stretch. And again, if that starts to dissipate, I'm just gonna tilt the right side of my pelvis down since I'm on the right leg now. And we're coming up on 1 minute already. The goal here is to stay with the stretch for the full 2 minutes, because that's about how long it starts to take to increase the passive range or how much passive stretch you have in the tissue. And considering that your active range will never exceed your passive range, it makes sense to try and increase the passive range and then close that gap. That's what we think about when we think about having a healthy joint that functions really well. And that's the goal of doing all of this stuff. If we can target each joint and get it to work well independently, and then we start to string it together, that's how you create great movement, in my experience. That's what I believe. Couple deep breaths. Nice long exhale. Last one, deep breath in. Exhale. On this one, hold a little tension in the abdominals, and wherever you feel that stretch, activate that to press the foot into the implement gently at first, 10%. Now 20, now 30, 40, hold here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. Use the opposite side, try and lift. While I'm reaching the right side of the pelvis towards the ground, I'm squeezing, try and get a cramp. 4, 3, 2, 1, relax, deeper into the stretch. Exhale, and start to press. This time we go 25. If you're safe and pain-free, let's go 50. Whole body gets involved. 75, good hard push. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch, try and lift, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, relax. Last one, ready? Deep breath. Exhale, find that stretch and start to push. 25, 50, make the hands light. 75, push as hard as you can. 10, 9, don't ease up, keep pushing harder. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch and lift. Lift, squeeze, almost there. Try and get a cramp. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, slowly come out of that position. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Tough. Tough when you do it well, when you do it with intention, and when you ramp up to those intensities. Just make sure that you're not working through pain. Now, I want to pair this with 2 movements. We're going to work a Copenhagen. I'm going to do a little bit more of an advanced variation. So I'm going to do up on a straight arm, but feel free to get yourself on your elbow. Just push the ground away, be active. We're going to place the bottom foot here, and we're going to try and raise up, and then we want to stretch. So I'm going to reach down here and back up. If you want a little bit more of an advanced variation, we come up on the straight arm this way. I'm still very active, pushing away here, and we're going to reach down to find a stretch and back up. Just try and keep a straight line between shoulder, hip, and heel all the way through. Try not to hike the hips at all. And if you need even more, you can place a dumbbell on the hip here this way. But let's see how it feels. We'll go 10 reps here to start. So up at the top, reach down and back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do that same thing on the other side. Ready? Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gets a little spicy there. Okay, now we're going to pair this. We're going to go back to that quadruped position, and we're going to do some lift-offs from here. And now I can use the plates to judge how much height I'm getting. But again, just be careful that you're not rotating from the spine. So I want to try and keep my pelvis level to the ground. All the movement comes from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, I could get my leg higher, but I'd have to rotate from the spine and tip my pelvis up, and I don't want to do that in this variation. So flatten out the pelvis and squeeze. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Harder than it looks. If you're following along, I hope you agree. When I come down on the Copenhagen, this one, I'm definitely trying to lengthen the adductor here. So as I come down, think about reaching the hip almost back towards the arm this way. Up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I want the movement to come from my foot pushing into the ground here. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one. And range lift off, so we're hitting the opposite side of the joint. As I'm lifting from the left, you'll notice I'm really pressing down through the left hand to try and stabilize the core. Keep all the movement coming from the hip. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Last one on this side, starting to heat up. Good. Think about reaching this hip to the ground, counter to the movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. We'll end it there. Very good. Starting to feel it in the hips for sure. If you enjoyed, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, follow button, do all the things. And each time you work on this, don't be afraid to slowly and progressively increase the intensity of the movement. You can start to add dumbbells to the hip. You can start to add ankle weights. Treat it like you would any other strength training. That's when you're going to see the real progress. Appreciate you.